All right, you guys, we are rocking and rolling. I am back for day 26 of the Financial Gratitude Challenge. I am Abalori again, and
Hi.
thank you for joining me for the second session for today. We are in day 25 of the 30-day Financial Gratitude Challenge. Thanking God for everything that He has done for us especially in the last 30 days, or I should say in the last 25 days, and especially in this season of gratitude, the season of giving. Of course, we are in our holiday season. And today we are going to be talking about thankfulness and peace. And we're coming from Isaiah 26:3. And it says, "You will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast because they trust in you." And so, basically, in short, without digging into too much of the scripture, it is saying that we can stay in perfect peace as long as we keep our minds steadfast on God. And I know that this is such a cliche thing to say. For some of us, it feels like it may not be a realistic thing to say when when some of us are struggling with debt, struggling with money, struggling with finances. It seems like a pretty, for albeit dumb or stupid thing to say realistically, when you know that you are struggling to make ends meet. And for a lot of us who are getting out of debt, and for many Americans who are struggling with just trying to keep a roof over their heads, the last thing they want to say is keep your mind focused on God. He will give you peace, and peace is coming. Peace, gives us understanding and things like that. And the last thing you want to say is peace doesn't pay my bills. Peace doesn't get me out of debt. Peace doesn't put food on the table. Peace just doesn't do it. But I want to be here to tell you, I'm coming here today to tell you that there is some truth into this scripture when we talk about peace. Sometimes when we're going through our toughest battles when it comes to our finances, all we have at the end of the day is our sanity and asking God for peace. A lot of times when we are having a financial storm, a financial crisis, we don't know where to turn. Sometimes we literally have to sit down, calm our nerves, calm our minds, and just ask God to bring us some type of peace. Some type of peace to get rid of the stress, to get rid of the overthinking, to get rid of the anxiety, to get rid of the depression and the sadness, or even sometimes the anger that we face because our finances are not where we want them to be. In fact, there are millions of people right now who are going through it because of finances, because of debt, because they are being laid off for work. They're not getting Christmas bonuses. They don't know how they're going to make Christmas. They don't know how they're going to make the next mortgage payment, the next car note. They don't know how they're going to buy a few Christmas gifts for their kids. They just don't know. And sometimes when we get to that point in life where our finances are really taking a toll on our mental health, sometimes we do have to sit with ourselves and just ask God to give us comfort, peace, and guidance. So while the statement may be cliche, the scripture may be cliche to say, stay in perfect peace, God gives you perfect peace, there is a glimmer of truth to that. And sometimes I will go so far to say that there is a lot of truth to that, because sometimes our peace is all that we have in the midst of the storm. Sometimes cultivating a smidget of peace is all we have from going off of the deep end. That is all we have from separating us from keeping a sound mind to honestly going insane. And when it comes to our finances, we know that, excuse me, it is easy for us to go off the deep end when bill collectors are calling, notices are due, kids are screaming that they need this, that they need that, the car is acting up, the appliances has gone bad, the car is going up. We know that sometimes we have to literally go into the room, close the door, and ask God to give us peace. It is in this time that we have to cultivate peace. It is in this time that we have to learn to just sit down and say, no matter what, God, I trust you and I thank you. I thank you that somewhere down the line, you are going to fix this. Somewhere down the line, you are going to work this out. And somewhere down the line, be it this minute, this hour, this day, you are going to find a way to give me some peace. And so, what we need to do is, one, I learned from me that going through a divorce and being stuck with a lot of the bills, taking care of a lot of the debt, I had to learn to cultivate the little bit of peace that I had in me. That means I had to learn to, as I told you guys before, I had to learn how to self isolate. I had to learn how to start going to God in prayer, meditating, journaling. I had to start getting focused about writing down a budget and sticking to it. I had to get focused in working extra, picking up extra clients. I had to get strategic. And it is in the midst of me working out a plan for my budget, a plan for my money, is where I honestly started cultivating the peace. When I started seeing that I was able to pay off these debts, I was able to get things paid off. I was able to catch up on bills. I was able to get things down to a zero balance. My peace, and because I started to thank God even more, because I started to see I had more money being saved in my bank account at the end of the days when I got paid, I was able to see, wow, I thought I owed this, but I only owed that, and I was able to pay it. It is because I started being in more gratitude and more thank you mode. And because of gratitude and thankfulness is when I started to see more of the financial peace setting in. I started to see more of when things were arising, I was able to pull the money out and pay for it. I was able to get things paid for and not have to think and struggle and say, oh my goodness, where am I going to get the money from to pay this? It is because I remain thankful, I remain humbled, I remain steadfast on the promises of God that He is going to provide. I don't have to necessarily worry. I don't have to struggle. I don't have to strain. I have to give it to Him. I have to stay focused on the task before me. I have to stay focused on Him and where He wants me to go. And yes, don't get me wrong, there are some days where I absolutely was frustrated with my finances. I was frustrated because I felt like I got the money. I want to pull from my savings. I want to pull from my 401k. I want to do these things, but in hindsight, I know that this is not the way that I wanted to go. This is not the way that I was praying that God have me go. I wanted God to say, no, the finances that I need for you to live off of is the finances that you will have from working. It is the finances that I'm going to bless you with. It is the provision. And we talked about provision in the last segment. It is these provisions that I'm giving you by means of work that I need for you to live by. Because when you get to a point of in your finances where you don't have to pay back any more debt, when your debts are covered, your bills are covered, when you don't have to worry about this and that, this is where I need for you to know that your financial focus is going to be. So this is where I started to believe I needed to go and thank God more. This is where I need to go and show more gratitude. Thankful for putting in extra hours. Thankful for the clients. Thankful for being organized. Thankful for learning how to restructure my budget. Thank you for being able to pay debts down to the point where eventually they got so far down that I was able to go ahead and pay it off. And so when it comes to being thankful for where you are in your budgeting journey, thankful for where you are in your financial journey, this is where you start to cultivate and grow your peace. This is where God shows you, I am putting you in a state of peace if you trust me, if you put your all into me. I am going to show you that you can achieve peace even in the midst of your financial circumstances, even when you don't see how you're going to make your rent, even when you don't see how you're going to put food on the table, even when you don't see how you're going to buy your kids a few presents for Christmas. Put your trust in me, keep your mind steadfast on me. And once you start putting your mind steadfast on me, you're going to see that I am going to bless you. No, I might necessarily bless you with $1 million or $500,000. I might not even bless you with $1,000, but I may actually bless you with the extra $50 in your account. I may bless you by way of saying, when you talk to these creditors, instead of making the full payment, they may settle a debt for you for 75% off or 50% off by way of allowing you to keep a little bit more money in your pocket. And so with that being said, God is allowing you to come to him with gratitude. He's allowing you to say thank you ahead of what he's going to do, ahead of the blessings that he's going to bestow upon you. And so with thankfulness comes peace. And so here are a few questions that I want to leave with you today. How does thankfulness lead to financial peace? I know for me, I just alluded to being thankful at the start of my financial debt payoff journey, being thankful that I was even able to sit down before I started paying any bills back, that I was able to sit down and create a budget, that I was able to go to him in prayer, that I was able to go to him to say, God, show me where you want me to be. God, show me how you want me to do this budgeting thing. God, show me and lead me in a direction of where you will have me to be. And so I was thankful, I was thankful for the debts. I was thankful for the learning that's coming out of the debts. I was thankful because in this moment, I was cultivating a peace that I never knew existed. And that's the other thing. Thankfulness leads you to a peace that is unimaginable if you let it. What situations do you need to surrender to God to experience his peace? I know for me, one of the things I need to surrender to is just letting him have his will with certain situations, learning to let go. Again, I spoke for this a couple of days ago, just when it comes in this financial journey, just knowing that, yes, today I might not have been able to pay off a bill fully, but thanking God that I was able to pay it down. I was able to put something on it, thereby it's decreasing. And so eventually I will be able to pay off something. I will be able to pay it off in full. It may take another week, it may take another 2 weeks, it may even take another month, but surrendering the process to him. Yes, I may only be able to put $50 on it today, but that's $50 less that I'll be able to owe in the next 2 or 3 weeks. And who knows, this particular creditor may bless me and say, you know what, since you've put down X amount of money, we're going to go ahead and discount you another 25 or 50%, thereby lowering your bill again. This is now what you owe. So because you owe this, I have this now, I can go in and pay it. Or I have this, would they be willing to accept this in lieu of? So again, putting me in a financial type of thankfulness ahead of time cultivates peace. And so your action step for today is list any financial burdens that are weighing on your heart. One by one, give them to God in prayer and thank him for his peace. As I stated to you before, give all of your financial burdens to him. Thank him in peace that he is going to fix the situation. Now, he may not fix it today. He may not fix it this hour. He may not even fix it this month. And he certainly may not even fix it by the end of the year. But who knows? It is all in God's timing. He may actually surprise you and fix this whole entire situation on New Year's Eve, December 31st, or he may even surprise you and fix this thing on New Year's Day, January 1st. Who knows when God is going to fix your financial issues or your financial burdens? Just know, giving it to him and he will fix it. So that is it for you guys. I am hopping off, but we will be here tomorrow for day 26. We are winding down, just 4 more days left in our gratitude challenge, and we will be hopping over into something different coming in the new year. So stay tuned. But I thank you again for hopping in. If you've missed any of the financial gratitude live sessions, please, they're over on YouTube, or feel free to scroll up and down my Instagram. They're there as well. And with that being said, I am hopping off, and I will see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place, and have a blessed day. Bye.